for joining us for the final for now episode of Hep C 101. Once again, I'm Carrie, and I'm joined by Daryl, and we are from the Pacific Hepatitis C Network. Daryl, what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about? We're talking about post-treatment, after cure, what to expect for people that have finished treatment, next steps, and after cure.
So alongside that, what happens after Hep C is treated? Is it that simple for everyone? Boom, that's it, you're done?
Well, after the end of treatment, so that would be when you finish taking the pills for the treatment, in 12 weeks, you should be tested again for copies of the virus. And that's basically to confirm that the treatment has been effective and has cured you. And that's called sustained virologic response. And there will be typically, because nearly everybody is cured, there'll be something like undetectable. It'll be indicated as undetectable virus.
So what happens after treatment? Where do you go from being done?
Well, it really depends on, your own situation. There is no singular experience that anyone has. For people that may have advanced liver disease, that's very different than somebody who does not. Or, there are people that, as we've discussed in an earlier video, who have problems with extrahepatic manifestations that are caused by living with Hep C over time. And those things can very much continue. In general, I think, in my opinion, and that's shared by others, is that there really should be a follow-up in people who have successfully treated and cured.
So sometimes people will have finished treating their Hep C and still not feel better, so to speak. Is this a common experience that people have, and what can people expect when they're done treatment?
Well, I can't present any data to suggest it's common, but I can tell you that it's something that we've heard from people, some people. It's really hard to know just what percentage of people experience what, but there are some people who will say 3 months, 6 months, a year after treatment that they are surprised they don't feel better. That's probably related to the effect of the living with the virus over time. It could be entirely unrelated to the virus at all. It could just be something that occurred while a person, was before they treated, while they were treating, after. It's really hard to know. But it does speak to an important issue, which is I think that people need to follow up and make sure that person who's providing their care understands that they have treated for hepatitis C, and also that they have, that they let people know, the physicians and the care providers, what length of time they may have lived with hepatitis C, because that appears to play a role.
Are the issues that people face after treating their Hep C something that doctors are generally knowledgeable about, or will people have to be providing information about what people might experience after treatment to their doctors?
Well, that's a really good question, Carrie. And the answer is somewhat disappointing, because probably your primary care provider is not going to understand a lot about hepatitis C and may not understand anything at all about extrahepatic manifestations. So it can be tricky. There's no question about it. And typically people will, as mentioned in the video we did on extrahepatic manifestations, people go from one specialist to another, seeking out answers. If it isn't readily apparent in some basic blood testing and lab work, like diabetes or something where it's in black and white and can be found easily, it's tricky. We've certainly heard a lot over the years of people being dismissed. And this is something that's familiar to some people, is that general dismissal. It's in your head, or, you're not really sick. Well, the thing is probably the real issue is maybe it hasn't been found what the problem is. Stick it out. I mean, persist. Don't be disappointed if you don't get the answers right away, because it can take time. And I can tell you that from personal experience, as much as I can from hearing from hundreds, if not thousands, of people about this. Carrie, one thing that I have to say is that I believe most people who treat successfully, meaning they go on to be cured of hepatitis C, will go on to greatly improved health and general wellness. I think the thing is that in our work in peer support and navigation, we don't necessarily hear from those people. They just continue on with their life, and because I mean, that's understandable. Without any clear data to support how many people are dealing with issues post treatment, it's just impossible to know. I'm certainly not aware of any good information, good study, or data in that area. But I certainly wouldn't discourage people from being getting treatment and being cured of hepatitis C. I have zero regrets. And I do have some issues that I'm dealing with, because I lived with hepatitis C for decades, I think. And all the more reason why people should get tested and treated, and do it earlier. If you're certainly younger, and you think that you have been exposed at some time to hepatitis C, get tested and get it treated.
So I think too, one thing that people certainly can do if they're not sure if what they're experiencing after treating their Hep C, or during treatment, or before treatment, is contact our helpline for information and advice, and to just kind of work through processing your thoughts and what you're experiencing with a peer navigator, who are certainly available to help you just figure out what's going on. So Daryl, how can people reach out to the helpline?
Well, we have a toll-free number. That's 1-888-411-7578. And you can text us at that number as well, and we can talk.
And as well, you can find us online at pacifichepc.org. And while this is our final episode of Hep C 101 for now, we will be back with something new in the fall. So keep watching our feeds and stay tuned.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.